Hi guys, good morning. So I had my rant yesterday, and then, as is often the case, I had a bit of a kind of shift early this morning. Now, I was thinking about Neptune. There's a lot of aspects going on this month pertaining to Neptune, and Neptune is all about the illusion, Maya, and we're dealing here with illusions within illusions within illusions. It's like I always say, it's such difficult terrain to navigate, people, isn't it? And we get lost in the darkness so easily. I know this because I do, obviously, right? And that's why I do these videos, actually, first and foremost, because for me, my YouTube channel is about my own personal journey, right? So I'm not here to tell anybody what to do at all. I'm not even here to tell myself what to do, because I'm beginning to understand that it's not about any of that. It's not about right or wrong, black or white, up and down, left or right, or didn't I just say that? Whatever. Because just before this implosion that I've experienced, there was an insight that I had about the magical world, the peripheral world that I've been speaking about, where it's giving me subtle hints, subtle guidance, which my shadow doesn't want to trust, because my shadow is in there like it was yesterday. Oh my God, it was incredible. It basically, what I feel I'm dealing with is the part of me that I've met on every level, right? As you do on this journey of inward traveling, as it were, you meet that aspect of yourself. But the deeper you go, the more intense it gets, because you're getting to the beginning of it, as it were. It's like approaching someone, you know, like you're going to meet someone and you're talking on the phone and you're getting to know this person and you're getting to know them better and better and better as you're getting closer, as you're walking toward this person, let's say, and you're having this conversation. You've never met this person before, or you think you haven't. And you're having this conversation and they're talking to you about how they're feeling and what's going on, and you realize, wow, this person is really a bit mad and insane and full of hate and full of rage, and I don't really like this person. Do I really want to go to meet this person? Actually, should I turn back and walk the opposite direction? But you keep talking because something tells you, no, you need to go and meet this person. So you keep talking to them on the phone and you get to know them better and better and better, and you realize that, wow, this person is me. I'm on a journey here talking to myself. And then you see yourself on the horizon, and then you are faced with yourself at the end of the journey, in a sense. Because you see, what I was shown was that in so many different ways, we really totally allow the stress and the trauma and the misery and the sense of being a slave and imprisoned here, all of that, we really, it's really there, it's really present, it's really like, this is all there is, this is all there is, this is all there is. That's Neptune, that weird nebulous sense that evil's won, and we're powerless, and we're weak, and we're victims, and there's no way out. And that is very much coming up, but in a very, not in a bigger way, in a more intense way, in a kind of like way. That's it. And I feel this so strongly, and I have felt this way for a long time, but it's part of the healing, it's part of the alchemy to go into it and literally be in it, where literally that is what you experience as all there is. And when you meet yourself, having had these phone conversations, getting to know yourself a bit better, not realizing it's you, and then a bit better, and then realizing it is you, and then wow, you there face to face with your shadow again, but this time for real, this time as in, wow, you look yourself in the eye, you know, and you realize that I am entangled in the darkness. What part do I play here? What is my... What's really going on here? What is reality? What is my place in reality? There is no easy way to put this into words at all, but there is, as far as I can tell, always that choice, isn't it? Of, like for example, situations that present themselves are very, very stressful, and then I do this, reacting, I better go and sort this shit out, when I have a choice to trust this intuition, the grace, G-R-A-C-E, grace. I know, because I'm Dutch, you see, so sometimes when I say a word it sounds like something else and whatever. So grace, as in G-R-A-C-E, grace. That tells me, hey, it's okay to let this go and it will sort itself out, Tanika. You don't need to get really upset about it and antagonize about it and go and sort that out. If you let it go, you'll see that it will fall into place. And when I do that, when I follow through with that, it actually does. So this whole thing with the smoking yesterday, yeah, of course, the virus, which is the consciousness sickness, doesn't want me to stop smoking because it's comfortable in the uncomfortable comfort zone of this is how reality works, and it's really bad, and it's really dark, and it's really fucked up, and there's nothing you can do. So bang your head against the wall, rant about it, and just let that monkey ride you perpetually, forever and ever and ever. And whenever I do that, now that is when I feel fed off of. But it's my choice because I let that happen. There have been times, there have been days, weeks even, where I haven't done that, where I've been painfully aware of what is happening in this world. It's absolutely horrific, true. But I've also been aware that I have a bearing, I have an influence here that I can choose to embody, engage with, and spread out into the world. But of course, the dark side doesn't want that, because that is the game-changing factor. So yeah, I get lost in the darkness. The Neptune effect. I'll call it that, I think. The Neptune effect. The illusion that I'm powerless. The illusion that evil always wins. The illusion that that's it. Game over. You're finished. You're done. And I think being somewhat stupid, like a retarded donkey, just going see, that's me. I do that. But maybe that's about getting a thorough grounding, really doing that to the bitter end, so that I can finally put it to rest at some point. Oh, that would be nice. Because when I don't engage with that shit, yes, being aware is crucial. Yes, definitely. To see it, to know it, to understand. But to understand as to why, because what is happening outside is happening inside. Outside, the virus doesn't want to die, and there's all these people doing terrible, horrible things. But they were doing that 100 years ago, 200 years ago. Only they weren't doing it on Facebook, and they weren't doing it on Twitter, and they weren't doing YouTube videos, and they weren't putting it on the dark web, and it wasn't celebrated then. Then it was like, oh well, everybody will judge this and will see me for what I am, so I better hide this. Now it's out there, and it's like, oh, this is cool, and yes, evil's fighting back. Evil doesn't want resets to happen, but it is a case of when all this happens, all this is happening, how does it affect me? What does it do to me? And it takes me through the maze within myself. It shows me my own my own remnants of mass consciousness, shadow, that are still there, that have to be acknowledged. And it's that part of me that is literally insane. Because we say this world is insane. Well, it is. Yeah, of course it is. It's completely mad. Completely and utterly fucking insane. But I am also insane. I have to say that. It is true. There is a part of me, that part of my shadow, which, this is the nucleus. That's what I'm facing here. That's what I'm feeling here. Because I know, because yesterday it was like, you know, in the Bible you have these verses when they go on about hell. And it's all about what the wailing and the gnashing of teeth, and you can sort of hear the fire and the chains going clink, 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 you know, that sort of thing. The wailing and the gnashing of teeth. And that's it, because that is what that part of me does. And it's... I can't really put it into words, people, but I think you get the gist of it, you know. And I know one thing for sure. I can live there. Oh, that is the truth. That part of me, the way it sees the world, the way it sees everything, the way it feels that there are no solutions, there is no reset, there is no grace, there is no love. It's, you know, it's all shit, everything, nothing ever works. I know everything is fucking shit forever and ever, like that. Oh boy, it makes me feel so shitty, and it makes me feel sick. It makes me ill. It gives me major IBS. It gives me... It's what wants me to smoke. It's like, well, you might as well not bother giving up smoking, because, you know, you're gonna lose that crutch. You're gonna, you know, you're not gonna be able to live without smoking, which is bullshit, because really all smoking is, right, is an addiction. And at the end of the day, you don't feel more relaxed when you're smoking. You just temporarily soothing a nicotine addiction, which gives you the illusion of feeling better. That's why all these smokers are out there saying, well, I like to smoke because it helps me to relax. No, it doesn't. It doesn't help you to relax. It temporarily gives the little monster a fix, so it shuts the fuck up for 10 minutes, and then it's back saying, I want some more cigarettes. So that's all it is. It's an addiction, and that's what addictions do. It's like, oh, better go out and buy shit I don't need, because for 10 minutes I'll feel a little better. That's it. That's all it is. But it's a perfect distraction, of course. It's perfect. Sorry guys, a bit rambly again. I realise that I've been doing a lot of videos and they've been quite long. I'm just going with the flow here. When I feel like doing a video, I do a video. So maybe it's pertinent. I hope you'll manage to catch up. If not, that's okay. It doesn't really matter, you know. Watch what you feel like watching. If something doesn't resonate, just stay. Don't bother. That's fine too, you know. It's that shadow part of me right now, this nucleus of it all, this deeply, deeply wounded, traumatized, PTSD-esque part of me that literally is insane. It is insane. It is, yes, trauma will do that. It's insane. I see it. I have an image of it in my head, and it's in this dark room. There's chains on the wall. It's dirty, it's disgusting and filthy and dark and full of molds. And it's there, and it thinks that it's being tortured, and it thinks that it's being punished. It thinks it's worthless and powerless and shit, and it hates itself in a way. And it's there flagellating itself and scratching at the walls and screaming and going around in circles and pulling its hair out. And it is insane. It's insane with grief. And it says, well, look at your life, Anika. It's been so incredibly tough. It's been so horrible. Look what's happening to you right now. Look what's happening to your body. It's all shit, it's all shit, it's all fucking shit, fuck, like that. That's it, that's what it's saying. And I have two choices. I can go with that and say, well, yeah, that's the truth. And based on the past is the blueprint, it's all shit, look at it, it was all shit and there's nothing can be done about it. Or I can say, well, actually, you know what? Regardless of what you feel, my darling, my love, you are a part of me. I recognize you, I see you, I understand that you've gone insane with the trauma you have. And you feel completely lost because you don't feel how beautiful you are, how powerful you are, how creative you are. And you do not trust the intuition, you do not trust the grace and the magic that you have experienced. I point out to you, my darling, all the synchronicities that you've had, the magical incidences in your life interspersed here and there that have shown you. All you want to see, all you want to acknowledge is all the pain and all the suffering and all the misery and all the failure and all the deception and all the manipulation and all the gaslighting. That is all you want to see and acknowledge. Anything positive, anything light, anything good, anything that will nourish you, anything that will help you, you reject, saying, I don't fucking trust that. It's just trying to manipulate me. It's a carrot on a stick and, you know, no, I'm not having it, I'm not having it, I'm not having it. You're lying to me, you're having me, you're fucking trying to hurt me, you're trying to stab me, you're trying to rip me apart. I'm not going to trust. I'm not going to let you in. I'm not going to let you heal me. I'm not going to let you heal me. I'm not going to let you close. I'm not going to let you love me. I'm not going to let you show me the way out. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to trust you. Wow, that's it. That's it. You see, the way I say that, that is how it feels to me. That is what that is. We have a battle on our hands here, people. And the battle lies within us. Because as long as that shadow within us, that wizened, charred, twisted, insane creature that lives within us, as long as that goes unacknowledged, as long as that's externalized and seen as psychic attack, oh God, I fall for that one so quickly, as long as that's seen as, or projected outwards as, it's out there, it just, and there's nothing here, it's all out there, fucking, fuck. Let me throw myself at the world, let me be at war with the world, let me fucking, you know, I want to go out there and kill these bastards and all this, it's all there, but it's in here. I don't have all the answers, by the way, people, not at all. This is just my experience. This is just what is being revealed to me. I know this much, that when I go with this intuition here, despite appearances of, like, what's big for me at the moment, it's like, okay, you're not going to be able to stop smoking because it won't let you. It won't let you. You're powerless and you're trapped. But that, in a sense, in a way, that is the shadow saying, I don't trust, I'm not going to let you hurt me. I'm not going to let you in. I'm just going to stay here in this dank, dirty, filthy cellar. This is where I'm going to stay, and I'm not fucking well moving because I don't trust you, because you want me to trust you so that you can betray me and stick a knife in me. I know what you're up to. Yet when I stay there, oh, no good happens. It all goes tits up one way or another. It spirals out there and it creates shit in my life. Big time, it does. I've noticed this many times, but being a bit I sort of seem to have to go into it again and again and again. I think that's par for the course, because you see at every layer, you know, it happens. I work through it. I heal another layer of it, and then it's on to the next layer. It has been hard going. It is literally like, wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I know full well that this world, in its essence, is good. It is. I see that. I see the beauty. I see these beautiful birds of prey when I go to the farm shop. I see beautiful animals. I see some amazing stuff. I see how people will do incredible, beautiful things for each other, for animals, for nature. There was this guy and his wife who spent 20 years of their lives regrowing this forest. They gave up everything. They lived in the middle of nowhere and they planted trees, and they did that every day for 20 years. How this woman set up this beautiful little library made out of an old tree stump for other people to come and use for free. How people rescue animals in distress. How people are kind and good and compassionate, man. You know, people are creative. I see all of that. That is there. It's there. It's in here. It's out there. Yes. And I also see the anti, you know, the darkness. I see this insanity, the pedophile agenda, the insane evil upsurge now. I see that as well. And I think it is correlated, because as we become more and more awake and more aware of our own shadow, our own insanity, our own deeply fucking woundedness, that is what's happening in the world. This world is not real in the way that we think it is. And I believe that as we heal this inner insanity, and this is not a journey for the faint of heart. No, it is it feels very difficult. You could say, well, if you believe that, then it will be. Maybe so, yeah, maybe so. But that has been my experience, yeah. It is a battle, but it's not a conventional battle of I am fighting against. Rather, I am fighting for, I would say, in a way, for the reintegration of my own being, my own true self healing, bringing home all the aspects of myself that were broken off, separated in a sense, due to extreme trauma. And I'm not going to give up giving up smoking. I will try again. Something tells me this is very, very meaningful. The last time I gave up smoking, I had this same scenario. It was like, well, you're doing, like, I felt like I was being deprived of something good, like something that was good and wholesome and supportive was being ripped away from me. And I was very angry. And it was like, but I shouldn't have to give up smoking because it's so helpful to me. Well, no, you see, I'm not losing a friend. I'm killing an enemy, because smoking gives me fuck all. It gives me absolutely nothing. It is an addiction. All I'm doing is satisfying the nicotine craving. That's giving me the illusion of, hey, it's helping me. It's lessening the stress. It's not. Because you see, in the year that I wasn't smoking, there was plenty of stress. Plenty of shit went down. But I didn't reach for the cigarettes, and I was able to navigate through that without cigarettes. Because on top of all the shit that was happening, I didn't have this nicotine addiction and the stress of that had to be satisfied, you see. That wasn't there. I didn't feel any more strung out because, oh, I didn't have a cigarette. It wasn't like that at all, you see. So, it's an illusion. Addictions are an illusion of you need this to cope. How do we cope with stress? We cope with stress by reacting, by getting angry. It is difficult, yeah it is. When you see all these traffic jams, like yesterday was just like, what? There were traffic jams everywhere. It never used to be like that here. I mean, the stoplights, literally red for 10 minutes, green for 30 seconds. They do this on purpose, I know they do. They love causing this kind of stress. They love to, it's like this rod that they have to go like a cattle prod, you know, against our consciousness. But what they're really doing is showing us our own shadow. That's what's happening. All that external insanity is showing me my shadow. It's showing me my insanity. It's showing me my Neptunian impulses. And it's showing me that it's somehow meaningful and that I can, yes, that I can still choose. Because I'm feeling it now, this awareness of haha, but you see, are you willing to allow a little bit of trust, a little bit of faith, a little bit of magic in? Are you allowing it in? Can you? Do you think you can just tiny bit? Yeah. So instead of going out there and sorting this problem out, I'm just going to let it lie. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to see what happens, and trust my intuition. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be happy, joy, you know. I don't, like I said, I don't have all the answers. But this has worked for me. This sense of self-love, this sense of grabbing hold of that being that is me. That is insane with the pain, seriously. And saying, hey, I love you, I understand, I get it, I totally do. But your way is not going to work. Oh, it's so hard, isn't it? Because it's like, it seems logical, doesn't it? That's how it is. We are used to that. We were programmed to feel that way, to think that way. We were heavily traumatized. It's... And it's like we come into this realm from somewhere, and I remember being in other places. I do. I also remember quite a few past lives that I've had here. And one is funny, in one life in particular, has been coming up a lot lately, where I was this massive hunk of a man, very tall, very beefy, very big, with these massive hands, and I was this mercenary, this warrior, well, soldier, and just fighting. I loved it, hacking away at people, and just, wow, incredible. I remember quite a few past lives, some of them thoroughly harrowing, truly appalling, some of them actually quite good as well, really good, but it isn't a bit of that. And somehow there's an integration process happening there. All these lives, all these lifetimes, all these experiences are coming home to me. So I know damn well this is all meaningful, I do know. So I have to yet again grab hold of myself and drag myself back from the precipice to the abyss and say, Anika, heal yourself or allow yourself to be healed. Because I do not want to be a harbinger of death, doom and destruction in this world. What this world needs is love. I'm not saying to love the evildoers and the insanity. I'm not saying that. Again, don't misconstrue my words, people. I know, believe me. Back in the day when people used to say that to me, I used to get really angry. I used to say, what the fuck are you talking about? You want me to love evil? Is that what you mean? Oh. No, that's not what I mean, obviously. It's like walking a tightrope in many ways when you're this deeply awake. See, the reason that we see it's there's a correlation again, there's a connection there, because it's like the out there, we can only see that, the complete monstrosity of it, because we are at that level within our own consciousness as pertaining to the consciousness virus, and that's our own shadow as well, the reaction, the whole Neptunian thing of like the struggle, the resistance, the fucking and yeah, it is very nebulous, you know, it is. But when I stay with that solely, and that's it, without healing it, and when I see it as kind of some sort of psychic attack or external type thing, whatever, that's when it's not being healed, and that's when it runs the show. And I get lost in that very often. We all do. But we come out of it again. It doesn't, yeah, it is tough. It is tough, you know. It is. It's really, really tough. We're used to listening to that. That has been our guidance. That has been our truth. That is how the world is. And when it does see something really good, and when it does see something very beautiful, it immediately says, well, that's all going to be destroyed now anyway. All is lost. But if we believe that all is lost, we might as well just call it a day. Because it isn't all lost. And I think that is the point. I think that's why evil is so loud and so overt now. It is, because evil is very reactionary. Very. It's a kind of, like Derek said, and I agree with him, it's an algorithm. It's like a program. It's not really that intelligent. It just reacts. It senses this awakening, this very deep healing, this very deep alchemy process going on. And it's like, oh, I'm not fucking... You know, it does that. It does that. Of course it does. It wants to live. I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know where this is going. I know a lot of you feel really doomed. You have this sense that we're fucked, we're finished, evil's won, and that's it. It certainly, often enough these days, really feels that way, and it really looks that way. But I, for one, refuse to accept that. I won't accept it. I will not, because A, I don't want to be a conduit of that shit. I want to heal myself. I want to be whole. And I see my own insanity, and it needs my attention, and it needs my love. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to keep doing that. I am not responsible for all the evil in this world, nor can I single-handedly, bricks and mortar, change it or do anything about it. But I can recognize that which is beautiful and that which is good and of the light, and I can honor that. And I can, if I keep healing myself, if I keep acknowledging my own insanity and allow that to be healed, if I keep trusting my intuition and going with that, and just feed my soul with that which is good and beautiful, and keep working on loving myself and feeling feeling this crap and allowing it to be, instead of bludgeoning it back into its dark corner. I'm not evil. No part of me is evil. It's just insane with the pain and the trauma. See? This is why, you know, it is a very personal journey, I think. It's not a case of, oh, well, we can go online on YouTube and so will have the answer to what to do, and so will have the answer to what not to do and whatnot, because the magic that I've experienced, when I talk about the peripheral realm that is sort of there, and it's very mysterious and you can't pin it down, and the mind cannot go there. The mind cannot understand it, because the mind, the shadow mind, is of this world. Cognitive dissonance, that can't be right, that doesn't work out, how can I fix, you know, all of that. Yes, it is cognitive dissonance, and it's very disconcerting. It's this feeling of like, and we are very complex beings, people like us, you know, we're very deep, we're in there, really, really deep, and it takes a certain type of consciousness to be able to navigate this stuff. I really do believe that. But that's why we're here. Something is happening. Something is happening here. It's very meaningful. And it's okay, people, to go through these really dark times where you feel like all is lost. That's part of it. That's just part of it. We will come out of that again. We always do. It has been really hard. You do end up thinking, is this ever going to end? Or is this actually going anywhere? And my shadow there is saying, no, it's not going anywhere. It's just meaningless torture. But if that were true, then I would be exactly the same now as I was 10 years ago. But I'm not. I have become more of my true self. The very fact that I'm sitting here saying what I'm saying to you proves that, because I wouldn't have done that 10 years ago. I didn't have a fucking clue. I was very dysfunctional, and a lot of that dysfunctionality has left the building, just like Elvis. It has. Many things in my life have changed. I have changed. It started in here, then it became